Good afternoon all. Hi to dear viewers. This again your health talk show from Satty Ramon Clinic. This is Dr. Satty with you once again every Thursday from 4 to 5 on our page, Satty Ramon Helps Health Group page, and also with Gambian talent. Today's topic is related to what are the causes and mainly what are the signs of infertility in men, because men as women can both suffer from infertility cases. But what one need to understand is that what are the signs and symptoms before you even approach a medical doctor or before you accuse one another, because mostly in the relationship women have been in the forefront of the causes. They have been accused of being the cause of it. But I always repeat in our program and during our health educational programs that the responsibilities are always shared between men and women. Men carries 40% of responsibility while women carry 60%. So you agree with me that women are not the only cause of it, but we men could also be the cause of infertility in a couple. This being the case, it is important to note that this infertility in ladies has been discussed at several occasions. Our last program was about the 18 reasons or the 18 conditions that could be the cause of infertilities in ladies, which I believe took us up to 3 weeks to elaborate this topic deeply, from PID down to the other causes of infertility in women. As we've spoken about ladies, we should obviously also talk of men. What are the signs of infertility? We also tell you about the cause and some of the hidden reasons. Some of the signs, among others, could be change in sexual desire. A man that have observed that his sexual desire have decreased, have changed, obviously should check his infertility condition. He might be experiencing complication in the testosterone production, which is the main man hormone, male hormone that helps with the production of quality sperms, quality erection, and quality sexual life. Other signs of infertility in men are related to the testicles. The testicles are the main organs. We will show it to you later in pictures. The testicles are the main organs in men that that produces semen, that produces the sperms. So they are like the manufacturers, the engines. So when the testicles pains, if you're experiencing pain on your testicles or it's kind of swollen, you should interrogate yourself and quickly seek the advice of a medical personnel if you happen to experience a condition of infertility, obviously, and you're experiencing such condition like pain on the testicles or swollen testicles. Obviously, you need to seek the attention of a medical personnel or an urologist. Among others, we also have problem with erections. Once your testicles are not performing well, or once your testosterone production is low, or your main male hormone are not produced as it should be, obviously it also reflects on your erection sometimes and make you develop a condition of a poor erection, that you might not erect accordingly as it should be, and then you might sometimes even lose or lost your erection fully. You also have issue with ejaculation. You do have men who will be having sexual intercourses, who will not be able to ejaculate after the sexual intercourse. During orgasm, they won't have any sperm that comes out, or sometimes the ejaculation will be so minimal that the sperm that comes out will be so little. That obviously a warning sign and alarming sign that should let you know that something wrong with your fertility. We do have men who also have even difficulty to ejaculate, and we have few cases of men that even ejaculate bloods. Yes, we have isolated cases like that, of cases of infertility whereby the man will only produce blood instead of a semen, or sometimes semen that is kind of bloody, it contains some blood particles or coloration, and small testicles. These testicles, when it is smaller in size, obviously it could be one of them, it could be both of them. Once you observe a change in the size of your testicles or any structure, you should quickly understand that something wrong with your fertility, and you should seek the advice of a specialist. Why not at Satty Ramon Clinic? Because this is one of our area of specialization in both naturopathic medicine, as a treatment with herbs, and also conventional practice. We have both speciality here with the well-trained medical professionals who can guide you accordingly. We are located here in Bamunfati Junction and Supaba, just on the highway, on your way from Banjul, on your way from Brikama, just on the highway, on the number 151 Bamunfati Junction, New Joshua. What can we tell you now about how do you check fertility? One among others is to visit a doctor. Visit a specialist, as I said. If you are in the Gambia here, you can easily visit us at Satty Ramon Clinic. An ultrasound can be conducted, like a scanning of the testicles, to see how they are they deformed, are they normal in size? And also some tests could be conducted physically to check the density of your testicle by somebody who is medically oriented. We also have men hormonal tests. As ladies do have hormone, like I said earlier in the introduction, men hormone like testosterone should be tested, and other male hormone can be tested to know if you are producing the male hormone in quantity. If you have the required quantity, that will help you produce a quality sperm that will help you impregnate a woman. Also, you have post-ejaculation urinalysis. We conduct sometimes what we call post-ejaculation urinalysis. That means after ejaculating, your urine will be collected and tested to know if there's no particles or no infection or no semen particles that are always mixed with the urine. There's also what we call genetic tests. You might be, mostly it happens within a tribe that get married among themselves. You might be from the same family, but your genotype will be sometimes different, or you might have similar genotype or genotype that doesn't tally. Let me please put it that way. Genotype that doesn't tally, that are not compatible, that might be the cause of your fertility. Meaning, you might be a healthy man, your wife also might be a healthy woman, but due to genotype issues, you guys might not be able to be parents, except if you go differently on your path, on the side. So all these things are necessary, but if you visit us here at Satty Ramon Clinic, we will be able to give you better understanding of this condition. There's also what we call semen function tests. All tests is the semen test, everything can be done, but the semen function test, how are your sperms? Because sperms contain spermatozoa that will, after ejaculation, that have to grow and penetrate, walk or scroll up to the fallopian tubes of the lady and get the eggs for the ovulation, for the fecundation, sorry. And then that's during the ovulation of the lady. And if the eggs doesn't have the opportunity to grow or to scroll to that area, obviously it may cause a case of an infertility. So therefore, it will be necessary to also conduct what we call specialized semen function tests, as specialized tests for your sperms. And also transrectal ultrasound. Those are other scanning that are done through your anus to check the prostates and the sperm's veins, the vein that transport the sperm, the canal which the sperm goes through, if everything is okay and if everything is in order. This is some of the, among others, this is some of the medical tests we can tell you about and which we offer here at Satty Ramon Clinic in condition with people to call people with condition of infertility. And what causes infertility in men generally? We've told you about the silent symptoms, the tests that can be conducted, but what causes it is sometimes abnormal sperm production. Also, function due to deformation of the testicles, like when the testicle descend, when it descend on the side, and genetic defections, like I say, congenital abnormalities, health issues like diabetes, or infections such as sexual transmittable infection, chlamydia, gonorrhea, and even HIV can sometimes affect your semen and affect the opportunity for you to impregnate a woman. There's also what we call varicocele. Those are enlargements of the vein that I was talking about, the veins that carries the semens that are from the testicles. When those veins sometimes are enlarged or inflamed easily, it causes what we call varicoceles, which can be sometimes another cause of infertility in ladies. How can you tell that you are infertile? If you consider the signs and symptoms we've spoken about, the tests that will be conducted in the hospital, you should be able to know if you're infertile. The main symptom of infertility is inability to get a woman pregnant. If you follow the 35 days of the cycles, if you observe that you are unable to impregnate a woman, automatically you should consider yourself as somebody that is a potential infertile person. But you cannot tell unless if you are tested medically to confirm such condition. Can male infertility be treated? Obviously, yes. Like I said earlier, this is one of the specialties here at Satty Ramon Clinic. We are specialized in such conditions, in such cases, and then there are treatment or examination. After examinations, there are treatment that can be offered, both conventional drugs, normal conventional medication, or even effective naturopathic medicine, because this is one of our areas of specialization, naturopathic health, organic medical treatment, which can also be offered to improve your fertility life as a man. You sometimes might ask yourself, what is the healthy color of a sperm? Healthy sperm is usually white and whitish gray in color, but you might have sperm that can be sometimes creamy or yellowish or in other colors, reddish and so on. You should understand that those sperms are not healthy and are not recommended in such condition. What should healthy sperm look like? That's the other conditions. Healthy sperm is usually a cloudy white, gray fluid and jelly liquid, and then it's complex and then somehow concentrated. Sometimes yellowish, as bleach also. Smell due to it contain of alkaline substance. So if your sperm doesn't have that smell it should have, it shows that it is also not healthy. A man with no sperm cannot impregnate a woman, obviously, because if you don't have a sperm, you can't be a father, you can't father a child. So it is important for you to get yourself treated, to get yourself to give yourself the opportunity to become a father and to help your wife to also smile as a mother. What food sometimes kill men's sperms? Processed meat. The meat that is processed in a can could also be one of the causes of your poor semen. And then because studies have shown that processed meat affects health generally, even the heart. Transplant fat, like fat from foods and so on. Sour foods, pesticides, like chemicals that are used for animals and so on, when they inhale or when they are consumed in constant or regularly or in abundance, it can also affect your sexual health. Fatty foods will also be one of the causes. Fish, only when you are taking some fruit and vegetables unnecessarily, but otherwise, even peanuts, if the nuts are also taken unnecessarily, because you have people who would say groundnut or peanut is good for the sperm, let me be taking it. If all those things are not consumed with care, it can also sometimes cause some discomfort in the quality of your sperm. Other than that, we have SMS and questions that came from people who were asking, can a man go from infertility to fertility? Obviously, yes. A man who is suffering from infertility, if he is still alive and still young, even old, if he's still having the possibility to produce some hormones, or if the causes or the consequences can be taken care of, obviously, the person should be able to go from poor sperm to good sperm. Your fertility cannot be tested at home. That's the question, can I test my fertility at home? No, you can't test your fertility at home because medically it is not recommended and you don't have all the skill to do so. How can I boost my fertility? There's another question. Your fertility can be boosted by controlling your living style, living an healthy life, reduce the way you take meat, and reduce the way you take fat, and exercise regularly, eat a lot of oyster, which will also help in the production of the testosterone, and avoid stress, and avoid putting a lot of pressure on your testicle, because riding bicycle, being for exercise or for fashion or for gymnastics, it sometimes put pressure on the testicles, which affect also the quality of your testes. Stay away from tobacco, cigarettes, and alcohol. Alcohol is also one of the causes of poor sperm quality, and mainly tobacco. Cigarette is the only thing that when it enters your mouth, when you inhale the smoke, you inhale 7,000 chemicals that is harmful. Cigarette is the only thing that has no little benefits. All from it is bad. Alcohol has its own benefit aspect and the negative, but cigarette have none. So cigarette is also one of the major causes of infertility in men, mostly in the black race in Africa. So something you need to stay away from. Imagine when you inhale a cigarette, when you smoke a cigarette, how many times will you inhale that smoke before you finish a stick? You should multiply that number of times by 7,000. You say to yourself, these are the number of chemicals you have inhaled at this point. So it is very harmful. And then, other than that, a woman, somebody is asking what causes no sperm. Obviously, the sperm you are asking, let me read the question. Is it also normal for one not to produce the sperm? I've said it earlier. If your testes are not producing, if you don't have enough organs, if you have genetic problems, you obviously will not be able to produce sperm after sexual intercourse. And then this is another major sign of infertility. A man that has, somebody is also asking, can you get pregnant if a man has low testosterone? Okay, this is a question from a woman. She's asking if she can get pregnant if a man has low testosterone. Low testosterone effect in male can also be boosted, but low testosterone does not affect directly your man from getting you pregnant, from having a good sperm. Therefore, a low testosterone can be treated, but sometimes testosterone can be low while it did not affect directly the sperm quality. So these are some of the points of these causes of infertility that can be elaborated. Feel free to send your questions as you are viewing. Feel free to send your question to us at Satty Ramon Health Group, or to send me a direct message on the WhatsApp number, which is 714-5169 714-5169 or on the 9838-545 or both number on WhatsApp. If you want to also place in a direct call, you can also call on this both numbers or call on the Q cell, which is 38-37077, or call on the land phone number that is the 438-2877. Satty Ramon Clinic is still located at number 51 Bamon Fati Junction. We have moved to our newest address, a pipeline, but that will be done soon, rest assured, and that is a very comfortable area, wider and bigger than these current locations. Satty Ramon Clinic operates 24/7, Monday to Monday, day and night. But our outpatient, that's OPD, consultation hours are only during the day from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. From 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. that is that you see outpatient cases, but the clinic is operational 24/7. The land phone is always available, the 438-2877. You can get people from there on that line at any time, and also on the official 714-5169, which is my direct contact as the medical director of the hospital. You will now be given the opportunity to view some of the images related to the condition of infertility in men and also in female, since our topic recently have been related to this condition. Thank you. That are related to infertility in men, because usually when a man produces its semen, that's called conceptions. When the man produces its semen here, semen begin to grow, to grow in. So a part of the semen will come out and a part of it goes in and get the eggs that has been here. You see the eggs, that's during the ovulation. The lady will produce the eggs. These ovaries here do open and allow the eggs to escape. So the eggs that are inside here, when the man ejaculates here, a part of the semen comes out, the other part goes into the fallopian tubes and take the eggs here, come back to the tubes and come and take place here in the place that we call the womb. This is the womb. This is the inner part. This is where the conception takes place. And it stays here and start growing and developing as here. That's when we talk of developing eggs. Development, in French, développement des œufs. And therefore, these are the spermatozoa. This is what is needed in a man's sperm for him to father a child, to become a father. If it is in this category, colors, then that individual will have to impregnate his wife, that will give birth to a baby girl. And if it is black in color, the child will be a baby boy. So this spermatozoa, this is what is tested in your sperm. The quantity, which will be in minimal of 40 to 300 million for you to become a father. And we check it when we do the tests. When the tests are conducted in laboratory, they will check the morphology of your spermatozoa. These are the head. How is the head? How are the middle piece of your spermatozoa, and how are the tails? Because if all these organs, these parts are not normal, the spermatozoa will not be able to crawl from here to get the ovaries and bring them to the middle for the conceptions. So that's the way it is. And ladies, like I said earlier, only have 1 day every month to produce this egg, that is the ovulation. The ovulation only takes place 15 days from your previous menses or 15 days before your next menses. That's the only day when these eggs, the ovaries open and produce little eggs that are willing, that are ready to meet with men spermatozoa, this spermatozoa, to now become this egg that becomes a baby. And when it comes to that, when you look at here, these eggs are the testicles. They are the one that produce the sperm. So if these eggs, the testicles, are small in size, are not normal, and having stress or other complication, even sitting for long hours, jogging, exercise, and that put pressure on the testicles is present, it will affect the production of a good sperm or quality sperm, and therefore you will not be able to impregnate a woman. So that is testicles. There are 2 testicles These are where sperm are made from. They are sperm manufacturing industry and company, if I may place it that way. So if the testicles are not okay, obviously you might not be able to become a father. Sometimes this vein, when we are talking of varicose vein, this vein can get enlarged where the sperm should pass, should be distributed through. If it is big in size, it will also affect the distribution of the sperm, and which is caused sometimes by infections that can infect this part and make it get a little bit swollen, and then it will not be able to distribute the sperm as it should be. So when it comes to identifications of babies, when a man produces a semen, if the semen comes in million, like I said, from 40 million to 300 million, if the egg that comes, if they meet one egg from the woman's side, obviously they should have a single child. But if they are to meet two eggs that are sometimes together, like you can see here in the picture, these are identical, they are within one circle, these two eggs, then if this little spermatozoa meet these two together, that will give birth, the lady will give birth to identical twins. They will be identical, but sometimes the sperm will come, since they come in million, they can meet two or multiple eggs that have been secreted like this. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If 7 are being taken out at the same time and they meet with this one, obviously the lady will get pregnant of 7 babies at the same time. That's how it happens. Well, this will not be identical twins or triplet or so on, because they are separated. But if all these 7s were within that little circle here, that little egg, that means all these babies will look alike. So that's how you can understand why twins are looking alike and they might not be looking equal. So I believe it has been very clear today, and then feel free to send us SMS on our WhatsApp number, which is Satty Ramon clinic number, that is a 714-5169, 714-5169 or 9838-545. You can get in touch with us, be in the Gambia or being elsewhere, and you can also visit us here in the Gambia at Satty Ramon Clinic for your health condition and health matters. Thanks for your time once again, and see you next week, same time, same hour. Thank you.